Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be looking at Lego City trains from 2006 to 2024. This will include cargo trains and passenger trains. Now the reason I wanted to do this video is because I've been doing a lot of research into what kind of Lego City trains are out there, and I figured I would share what I found, differences in different types of models and things of that sort. So our outline for today is we're going to compare the power systems that are out there, or power platforms, however you want to define them, and then overview of all the, we're going to go over the overview of all the models and sets, talk about popularity, and then do a tiered list at the very end, which should be fun, which I'm mostly going to base that off looks, so it's going to be a little biased. But yeah, let's go ahead and go to the next slide. So we have the power systems here. I had ChatGPT make this, and then I took a look at it to make sure it was accurate. I'm pretty sure it is. So there were three different types in this 2006 to 2024 time frame. There was the RC line. That might not be the official title. There was a 9-volt line, but that was like you got power through the actual tracks. So that was a different type of line. So there's an RC line, that was just the first two that we're going to look at. Power functions, which I think 6 of these models are power functions, and then there's the new powered up line. And these are the differences in them. A lot of them use AAA batteries, and then the powered up I don't know as much about because I don't own any of the powered up ones. But yeah, you can apparently control them from your phone, which is pretty cool. All right, so as far as the power functions go, the reason I like this line, and I'm trying to buy trains from this line first, is because there's third-party options that you can buy on eBay and stuff. I don't know if you're into using third-party things like this, but in my mind, I like to buy the actual Lego version and then keep that one in storage and then use this third-party one for my daily use, seeing as I'm putting wear and tear on it. So I will buy some of these cheaper ones off of eBay and then use them. So if you're worried about the platform not being supported in the future, I know that there are some third-party non-Lego options for the motors that you can buy out there. All right, so let's go ahead and start with the first of the Lego trains. This is 7898 Deluxe Cargo Train. Brickset said the value was 178 used and 260 new. I actually bought one of these for $200, so the used value does seem accurate. And when I got it, I couldn't get the RC thing to work, which was kind of a bummer, but I actually did a conversion. So I took mine, I bought one of these $18 sets off of eBay, the little power function sets, and then I changed the inside of it, and I had to change the roof so that the IR sensor or whatever could be able to pick it up. And then I gutted out the inside and put just one of these in here. I haven't gotten the lights hooked up yet. I'm going to do that in the future. I want to make a video on how to do this because I saw there's a guy called Robin Hood Bricks who did a conversion of it, and I kind of copied what he did, but not perfectly because he didn't show everything that he did. I wasn't sure about exactly how to do this, so I had to make up a lot of this stuff on my own. But the beauty of Lego is that you can modify these things, and so I chose to modify it to a platform where I felt more comfortable, where I could buy new power remotes and things like that. So that's the beauty of a lot of these trains, is you can convert them if you have the creativity. So I definitely recommend checking out this video. He makes some great videos, and it was very helpful for copying and making my own version of it. All right. So that's the Deluxe Cargo Train. Now we're going to go on to 7897, the Passenger Train, which is $111 used or $300 new. This is a pretty popular model, I feel like. I think the later version of this is more popular than this one, though, just because of the power functionality. Yeah, so this one's pretty cool. I really like the look of this one, and it comes with a little platform and a bunch of different train tracks. So let's keep going. 7939 Cargo Train. I love the look of this one. I like the front piece that they use on this model. The value of it used is going to be $149, and the value new is going to be $362. I think that's pretty accurate. I've seen a lot of trains on eBay for about $149, and this is a power functions, as you can see on the box here. All right, 7938 passenger train. I think if you want an introduction, this is a really great one to buy because I've seen a lot on eBay that are like $70, $80, $90. So there were a lot of these out there, and a lot of them are being resold on eBay. So I think the value used of $94 is pretty accurate, and it's a great introduction into the line. And if you buy one that doesn't have the remote, you could buy one of those power functions things for $18 and repair it yourself, and then have a completely functional passenger train. Really like this one. I actually have ordered one of these, and it's still coming in the mail, so I haven't gotten a chance to take it out and look at it yet, but yeah. And then we have 3677 red cargo train. The value used for this one says $273, and the value new is $318. I haven't done a lot of searching for this one on eBay, so I'm not sure if that's accurate. I would assume it'd be a little less used, but yeah, maybe it was a very popular model. And so yeah, this one's a power functions model. I would consider adding this one to my list, but behind some others. So yep. Then we have 60052 cargo train. This is the blue cargo train. The value used, it says it's $181, and the value new is $297. I like this one because it's on the power functions platform as well. But again, lower down on my list because I like some other models a little more. This is my favorite version of the passenger train. Well, between the two before. I kind of like the red one that I ordered already. This one, I kind of like it a little bit more as for a passenger train. But this one's better in comparison to this one here, I feel like. And so it's going to be $90 used and $197 new. Yeah, so it's power functions, which is pretty cool. I think the platform they could have done a little more with, but yeah, let's keep going. 60098 heavy haul train. I think between this one and this one, I like the color variation of this one, but I also like the front piece, so I feel like it's the best of both worlds. I also see it has like a side rail here, which is very cool. Value used on this one's going to be $183, it's saying, and then the value new is going to be $305. Again, I haven't done a lot of searching on eBay, so I'm not sure if that's accurate, but it seems like it might be. Then moving on, we have 60198 cargo train. I feel like this is kind of maybe a little bit of a re-release of this one here. But this one definitely has more detail on it. I just have more nostalgia for this model. That's why I prefer it. But yeah, and this is the first of the powered up line, which is very cool. So it was the first of the powered up line, which allows you to use like Bluetooth with your phone, but then you can also use this remote. Again, I don't have experience with these kind yet. I'm planning on buying power functions before I get any of these. But just looking at it, like looking at the overall look of this one, it's very cool. I like that it's kind of riffing and going off of what this one was before. Again, it's probably copying a real life train, so that's probably what it's actually copying. But yeah, very cool model. When I looked up the value of it, they didn't have any used value on it because I think it might still be on the market. So Brixit didn't have any info on that. This is 60197 passenger train. It is 125 new and 110 used. Not as big of a fan of the color scheme, but I have seen pictures of real trains that this is copying, so I think it is accurate. I'm not the biggest fan of the color scheme on it. All right, and then we have 60336. This is the freight train. Not a big fan of this one's color either. It's a power functions as well, so it's going to go lower on my priority of purchasing. It's still active, and it's $200 new. Then we have 60337 express passenger train. I'm not a big fan of a lot of these new colors. Some people might be, and I completely respect that opinion, but I'm not liking these like weird, like neon yellow-ish color schemes. So might be a nostalgia thing, but yeah, definitely not as high on my priority list. And then this one, I was considering not even adding it to my list because it doesn't have any power functions built into it, but you can make modifications to it. So this is 60423. downtown streetcar. Currently it is $90 new, and if you have some creativity, you could possibly do some mods to it. I've seen videos. I think these two videos, they use the powered up thing to convert it, but I haven't done much research into it. But you might be able to get away with using the $18 or $17 power functions and doing a conversion on this thing. So that might be a plan if you want to spend $90 and then spend another 20 or so to get the conversion kit. And yeah, I think the accessories that come with this one are cool. It's a pretty nice, moderately sized platform and all that. So good set. You just have to do some motorizing on your own. So yeah, keep that in mind with this one. Okay, and so now we're getting into the tier list. So what is my priority for purchasing these? I'm going to start with a random one. Let's do this blue one. I'm going to say this one is a B tier. I think it's great. I'm not the biggest fan of the color though, so that's my thing. But it's a power functions set, so I'm going to put it in the B tier simply because of that. And some people might think that the color is really cool. So yeah, let's do this one here. This is the passenger train. I've seen a lot of models it's based on, and I like that it is power functions, so I'm going to put that in A tier. And then red cargo train, I'm going to put that, I'm a big fan of the color, I'm going to put that in A tier as well. This one, not a big fan of the color, so I'm going to put it in C. This one, it's on the RC line, so it's going to be harder to work with. I'm going to put it in D because I feel like the newer version of it does a lot better. I'm not as big of a fan of these trains in general. I know they're really popular though, so I'm going to put that one in B and then move that one down to B tier. This one, don't like the color of it. Going to put it in C. I'm sure the power functions, actually, you know what? It deserves to be in D tier along with this one. This one's really ugly as well. Gonna put it in D tier. Downtown streetcar. If you want to do some modifications, you can. I'm just realizing now that it doesn't have an F tier on here. But this would be F tier, so I'm gonna put this down below because it's not even powered. There's no power functionality with it. And you could buy a used version of this one for about the same price online. So definitely go back and buy the 2010 passenger train. This one has an amazing color. I really like it, and I'm pretty sure, yep, this one is power functions. I'm gonna say S tier. I think it's amazing. This one was almost perfect. I'm gonna put it in A tier. I just like the red color of this one a lot better, and it has a little more detail on it. I want to put this in S tier just because it's my favorite train, but it's all nostalgia for me, so I'm gonna have to put it in A tier. But it would go in S tier. In fact, it'll sit kind of between. But honestly, I don't see a lot of people talking about this train, so I assume it's a hot take on that. So I assume a lot of you guys don't even think it deserves to be up here. I don't think the power functionality of it didn't come with the best power system. So it's going to be half an S tier, half an A tier. And then the one that it's based off of, I'm going to put in A tier just because it's a better and improved version of it. So these are my official rankings. We're going to pretend like this says F right here. So this one fails just because it's not a power thing at all. And then these ones, I'm just not as big of a fan of the look of them, or the line that it came with just didn't have the right power functionality. Uglier colored, not really a big fan. This one's good because I know it's a popular train model. But yeah, blue one, pretty good. I'm just not the biggest fan of the color. And then I'm a big fan of the green and red trains, as you can see here. So I have them in A tier and S tier. So this is going to be the big one that I search for and try to purchase. I also think it comes with a lot of great accessories too, with all of this stuff. Not as big of a fan, seeing as the minifigures it comes with are kind of more modern. I like to build more in the like 2005 through 2011 time frame, but I can switch out the minifigs on that. So yeah, so this is my official tier list. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you got some ideas for maybe how you'd want to do your train, Lego City train line. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Keep building.